everyone. Welcome to the stream. My name is Doña, aka Doña the Light, and today's stream is sponsored by me. Sponsored by me and my Etsy shop. Uh-oh. You can't see it. Let me fix it. There we go. That's better. Alright, so here is my Etsy shop. If you're catching this stream live on Twitch, the link will be in the chat. If you're catching this replay on YouTube, the link will be in the description. But here is my mental health focused clothing and jewelry shop. It's under my same name, Doña the Light. Here are some of the items that I currently have for sale. We've got a lot of beautiful pink items just in time for Valentine's Day, as well as some healing stones and jewelry that I wrapped and created myself. We have hats, we have mugs, we have tumblers, we have wall art, we have sweatshirts, journals, tote bags, t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeve crop, and some stickers. So if you'd like to support me in a way that requires money, feel free to peruse through my shop. If you'd like to support me in ways that do not require money, sharing my stream with others, my videos, anything that you come across that is content that I've created, just sharing it is a great free way to support me, as well as watching these replay videos on YouTube and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Good morning, Spuddy. Welcome in. If you're in the chat at the moment, could you drop a hi DJ in the chat so that DJ knows that you're saying hi to him. Good morning, love. Today I wanted to chat about what a safe space looks and feels like. And look at that. Good morning, DJ. And looking forward to hearing more insight from people in the chat as far as what a safe space looks and feels like to them specifically. Because I think that we all have, I think there's a couple basic things that a safe space kind of has to have. And then I believe there are some things that are, you know, kind of personal when it comes to a safe space. Like there are some things that are negotiable, and then there are certain things that are non-negotiable when it comes to a safe space. One of the most important aspects of a safe space for me is my ability to emote without being either made fun of, without my emotions being belittled, without someone saying you're overreacting, basically without being judged in any type of way. For me to be able to emote and express my emotions in some way, shape, or form, maybe that looks like crying, maybe that looks like some screaming, maybe that looks like one of those rooms that have recently become kind of a thing, which is like going to a room and just like throwing stuff around and destroying stuff in order to move energy around, which I think is a wonderful idea. Good morning, Raylene. Raylene, DJ is here. If you could drop a hi DJ in the chat, that'd be appreciated. But yeah, primarily I believe that every single person who thinks of a safe space requires a space in which they can express their emotions, a space in which they can laugh, cry, you know, and the space and opportunity to go from one emotion to the next, you know, or to feel two different things simultaneously. Like, it's definitely possible to laugh while you're sad. You know, it might just break up a little bit of whatever it is that you're feeling in that moment, but it doesn't mean that overall you're not still feeling sad. So for someone to say, well, I thought you were feeling better because, you know, you laughed at that joke I told. We all have the autonomy, and we should have the ability to, you know, go from one emotion to the next, especially depending on what the overarching feeling that we have is, or the overarching emotion, you know, because we can definitely feel and experience more than one emotion at a time. We are complex beings. Humans are complex. As much as we want to simplify our experiences, we are complex. point blank period. We're complex. So I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat, if you have any other different perspectives, that is one thing that a safe space must have, is a safe space must allow you to express your emotions safely. And I think that screaming and yelling is a really, really great way to express yourself.
We don't scream.
We don't scream? Why don't we scream?
Because shark will yell.
Because shark will yell if you scream?
Yes. It'll be dangerous. It'll be an emergency also.
It'll be an emergency with shark if we scream?
Yes.
I don't know. Shark is a vacuum, so...
Well, he's still a machine, though.
Yes, he is a machine. It's a machine. I don't know if shark is a he. Everything and everybody is a he, is a DJ.
Well, he's a he.
He's a he?
Well, yeah, that's a boy vacuum.
How do you know it's a boy vacuum?
Because it cleans and it goes to the dog.
Well, that means it's a vacuum, but how do you know it's a boy vacuum?
Because there's no girl vacuum.
There's no girl vacuums? Oh, well, there you have it, folks. There's no girl vacuums. Hate to break it to you. All vacuums are boys. Kind of okay with that. I'm kind of okay with that.
Kind of okay.
But yeah, that's one criteria I believe that is a non-negotiable. Is that you have to be able to express your emotions. Right, let me pull out the vacuum receipts. You have to be able to express yourself emotionally, and not necessarily... Here's the thing about a safe space, though. Typically a safe space is space shared with other people, you know, because I feel that typically when we're alone, that space, well, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes we have to work our way into feeling safe within ourselves, you know, feeling safe with our thoughts, feeling safe, feeling alone, or being alone.
I gotta see my shirt.
No, we can't see your shirt, buddy.
You're good.
Okay.
See it?
Mm-hmm.
No, those on the chat.
Yeah, they can see your shirt because it's in the camera.
It's in the camera.
Yeah, we can see your shirt. But, excuse me. It may take practice, and it may be a process, like I mentioned, to feel safe being alone or being by yourself. Raylene says in the UK we have a vacuum called Hetty the Hoover, who is a female vacuum. Thanks for example. I love that so much. Oh. Good morning, Lincoln. Lincoln DJ's here. Please make sure you say hi to him, otherwise he'll flip the table.
Look at that funny face.
Good morning, Lincoln. How are you feeling?
You guys got a track.
So typically, okay, buddy. Okay, thank you for sharing, DJ. Have a seat. Typically, when I envision a safe space, I envision a space shared with other people. So I believe there's aspects of a safe space in which you want to be able to express yourself, but being in a safe space doesn't necessarily mean that the people there can actively help you work through something, right? And that's something that we've spoken about here, which is sometimes we need space to vent, and sometimes we just need space to exist. A safe space can be either or. We do, however, have to make sure that when we are coming to safe spaces to vent, that the people that also occupy that safe space are ready to receive that and aren't, aren't experiencing something themselves where they don't have, excuse me, I need you to be quiet, please. Aren't experiencing something themselves where they don't have the mental space or capacity to gather or experience or whatever it is that you're sharing with them. Somebody says, I'm tired. I feel you. Fatigue from yesterday, didn't sleep well. I feel y'all. I feel y'all for sure. My left knee has been achy. Just so interesting because I sleep on my side, I sleep on my right side, and usually it's my hips and my knee, both hips, my left knee that'll get achy. And the only way to remedy it is resistance training. Like I have to do some sort of workout. I have to like do squats or lunges and very specific movements for very specific muscles in order to alleviate that achiness. It's really interesting. So it's my body literally telling me, like, go work out. Otherwise, we're going to keep aching. Raylene says, I feel physically refreshed, but mentally tired too. I feel that. Excuse me, I don't know what's in my throat. My strings are coughing.
Lincoln did say hi to me.
Lincoln, you have to say hello to DJ. Otherwise, he might ban you. Just kidding. He won't ban you.
No. Oh, or else I'm gonna poke him.
Or else he's going to poke you, Lincoln.
The dragon pets is not there.
He will poke you. He's serious.
Dragon pets? Hello?
Yes, I've been stretching every day thanks to this achy feeling. Yeah. It's like, stretching feels good, but I have to do some sort of resistance training to strengthen my muscles again, because my muscles are, I believe that's what's causing my achiness, is that my muscles are atrophying or shrinking, getting smaller, getting weaker, because I'm not using them as much, or at all, really, other than, you know, the normal stuff like going up and down the stairs. And stop, buddy, it's too much noise. Thank you. Anywho, if we are thinking about a safe space that other people are occupying with us, again, it's really important that we ask before we share, you know, do y'all have space for me to vent? Do y'all have space to share some advice, etc., before we just go in there and start blah, 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 blah. Because it's important. It's just important. Raylene says, what's a safe space to you? Or maybe what are 3 different safe spaces you enjoy being in? And are there differences or similarities? What a wonderful question, Raylene. Safe spaces for me, I would say that this is a safe space. Yeah, I would say this is a safe space. Me on this stream with y'all in the chat, having a conversation. I feel safe enough to share. I feel safe enough to cry. I feel safe enough to really just express any kind of anything that I'm feeling. I don't feel as though I have to be some specific person, or I have to shield myself in any way, or I have to police myself in any way, or like audit myself in any way. I can just exist how I am here. I mean, y'all have seen me, like, if I have to say something to DJ, or have to say something to Grover, or the baby, or whatever, you know, my frustration comes out if I'm feeling frustrated in the moment. Excuse me, I definitely don't feel like, I don't feel pressure to uphold any type of appearance here in the chat. Another safe space would be definitely with Grover. And I believe the difference is that when I am with Grover and I am seeking comfort, what y'all can't do is like physically comfort me. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I can't get hugged by the chat. I can't get squeezed. I can't get back rubs and things like that. And those are the kinds of things that Grover shares with me when I need support, and I can just like go sit on his lap and put my head on his shoulder, or, you know, in his chest or whatever, and then just sit there, and usually I just breathe. Sometimes we talk, but usually it begins with just kind of like like relaxing and melting into each other and finding that cozy space. And then usually after we've got there, then we'll just start like talking about stuff. Yes, TJ.
Lincoln does.
Okay, maybe Lincoln fell back asleep. It's okay.
Oh, Dragon Pets, you're here. Welcome
feels
in the
so
chat,
cozy.
please.
I love that. Yeah, Spider says same. Our streams are chats, and you're not there with my music. None have physical contact though. Right. Maybe that's what I lack. It's really, really, and the funny thing is, like, when I would do those love language quizzes in my previous relationship, physical touch was like negative. Physical touch was like a negative. I was like, nah, I don't need that. Shh. DJ, I've asked you multiple times to be quiet. If you can't follow instructions, you're gonna go back to your room. Thank you. I used to really, really believe that it was something that I didn't need, and I recognized that it wasn't that I didn't need it, it was just that I wasn't getting it. So, yeah. But it's not so much just physical touch from Grover. Like, I've also found that my cousin Hannah, I love, like, hanging out with my cousin Hannah and just, like, snuggling with her and hugging and squeezing each other and all of that stuff. So she has also become a safe, like, physical, comforting space for me. Now, she lives like 2.5 hours away, but, yeah, I recognize that that's something that I crave, and it does make me feel safe. And it's like, I have to get it from an adult. Like, hugs from DJ are great, but the intention of a hug from an adult and the opportunity and the ability to kind of just sit and breathe into it and just like experience the hug is a whole different type of experience versus like hugging your children. You know what I mean? Because typically when you hug your children, like, they're hugging you because they're smaller than you. Whereas when you're hugging another adult, it's like, no, you're hugging each other. Like, there's more of an equal exchange of comfort and feeling, I guess you could say, because, you know, you're relatively the same size. You know, you have the opportunity to actually really, you know, squeeze or be squeezed or whatever. And hugs are really important to our mental health. You know, hugs and touch period are really important to our mental health. And so, so I would say, I wouldn't say anyone. I could hug my mom, but it don't help because she doesn't know me, nor can she relate to my struggles. But why is that? Is that because you try to create a relationship with her, you know what I mean, and it just hasn't worked out? I mean, my mom just don't hug. Like, she will give me a church hug until the end of time. It would be a 2-minute church hug, like, just side by side, the most awkward, because she doesn't want to, because she doesn't feel comfortable doing so. Raylene says, I meant more like anyone, as in not just romantic relationships. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I am a serial hugger. I will hug anyone. Yes, TJ.
Well, he said I need a hug.
Yes, I know. Everybody needs a hug.
Because you cried.
Because they cried?
No, the dog.
Oh, the sad dog? Yeah, that's true. That is what it said.
Love.
Everybody needs a hug. Hugs are good. Do you like hugs? Yeah, do you want a hug? Oh, so sweet. Oh my goodness. What was that?
Throw up.
Oh. DJ loves hugs, but they make him throw up. But no, I agree. I agree that hugs from anyone are wonderful, not just romantic relationships. And I believe that we should seek to get that need met. Excuse me. The difficult thing is, like, you can't just baby's put wanted to hug too. Lincoln, you gotta say hi to DJ, otherwise he's gonna come in here and light something on fire. Lincoln says, a safe space to me is a filtered echo chamber of like-mindedness or similar tolerances. So a safe space to Lincoln is Facebook.
Tell me for jump back. I gotta go in the bathroom.
Okay, go ahead and go to the bathroom. Lincoln came back, so I told him to say hi to you.
Yes.
We're just waiting. But go to the bathroom, I'll tell you if he's outside.
Okay.
I hear what you're saying, Lincoln, and I know why you're saying it. But today I'll teach DJ patience. Good luck, my friend. Good luck. The funny thing about DJ is, like, when it comes to patience, he does really well with, if I give him a time. Like, if I say, hey, we're going to do something at this specific time, he'll keep asking, but he doesn't get any more upset or flustered or anything if I say, no, we're going to do something at 8 o'clock. And he's like, how about 7:55? And I'm like, nah, 8 o'clock. And he'll be like, okay. And then he'll go do something else, and 2 minutes later he'll be like, how about 7:57? And I'm like, no, 8 o'clock. And then he'll go do something else. But that's just, the repetitiveness just comes from speaking to a child, point blank period. But I believe that touch is a need that a lot of us have that probably isn't met often enough, and I believe that it happens even more in, well,
Oh my.
I could say that it happens more in the Black community, just considering the fact that
Yes.
like, I know that I can connect with my cousin this way, because her and I are very open and very honest with the way that we feel because of the rigidity of our mothers, you know? I would say that her mom is definitely more open to hugs and touching kisses than my mom is. Yes, TJ?
Wait, look, he says today is
I'll
teach teacher.
Patience.
Practice.
Patience.
Patience.
Yeah, patience.
I
Newland
can't.
says,
I can only talk.
same Lincoln, a true safe space or the safest space to me feels like having people who I know are like-minded. I know it's good to have differences and etc., but when I'm upset or low energy, I need that base level agreeability. It just makes everything run easier. I feel that. And I believe that that's what creates the safety, is that, excuse me, people can recognize, because they have the emotional intelligence to do so let's go ahead and add that to the criteria. Interacting with people who have a certain level, I would say like 60% have a grade C. The LD core. Phil, the LD core.
Who made it?
Welcome in, love. Do you have a stretchy face? I don't know what that means, but I'm quick to ban people,
can you
so
say hi to
please explain. Hold on, buddy. I believe that people have to have a certain level of emotional intelligence in order to DJ. Wait, please. In order to meet you where you are in that time, right, Raylene? Like, you can't immediately come in, even if someone shares something and you clearly see where they were wrong, the mistake that they made, etc., etc. You can't just immediately go in and be like, "Look, Raylene, I know you're feeling really vulnerable right now, but here's where you effed up." Like, no, that doesn't work. It's not going to be well received. It's not going to feel good. It's not going to go over well at all. That may be a part of the conversation later on, but you can't just hit somebody out the gates. You know what I mean? And that doesn't necessarily mean that someone agrees with you. That just means that they understand what you need in that moment because they're emotionally intelligent. You know what I mean? So, but I see what y'all are saying as far as that base level of agreeability. You're just like, don't immediately hit me with what I did wrong or confront me with whatever. Yes, DJ.
Who made that sound? Is that Stream Apps made it?
No, this is a person that's, their screen name says
Is
Del
that-
Decor.
Is it Lincoln?
No, it's not Lincoln.
Who is it?
I don't know. Lincoln says, I use the safe space tag on my streams as a way to tell my viewers that if you aren't on my vibe, then I'll filter you the hell out. I feel that. And it's true, because the vibe that Lincoln creates in his streams is very safe. Like, if people come in there and they say, it means your face is able to pull weight off. Okay, goodbye, Thel Decor. Have a beautiful day. But not here in my chat. Okay. Anyways, if you come into Lincoln's stream, yep, he left. If you come into Lincoln's stream and, you know, I forget who it was, but someone had come in here one time and said that they went into another stream and they were banned because they said they weren't having a good day. If you come into Lincoln's stream and you say, hey, like, right, it's the raised eyebrow for me. If you come into Lincoln's stream and you're like, hey, Lincoln, blah, 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 like, I'm having a rough day, or this didn't go right, or whatever, Lincoln's going to interact with you and going to, you know, ask you questions if you feel like sharing, etc., etc. But if you come in and someone says something like that, like, I'm not having a good day, and then someone else's rebuttal is, you know, well, you should have just done this, or whatever, Lincoln's probably going to ban you. Like, that's not the vibe that Lincoln is cultivating in his stream. So, same thing here, you know? Right. Del Decor is on some alt-ish. I don't even know. Raylene says, yes, maybe then that's a better way to phrase it. It's about being, the same level emotionally minded people. I definitely believe that emotional intelligence is... Can you stop, please? I definitely believe that being around people who have, I would say, a mid to high level of emotional intelligence is key for a space to be truly safe. especially because, not everyone's perfect. Not everyone, because we're all human. So there might be situations in which, maybe I slip up and I'm like, oh, Raylene, that's silly. When Raylene brings a concern, oh, Raylene, that's really silly. And then I have to catch myself like, ooh, that probably wasn't the best thing to say. And then I have to express that. I can't just say in my mind, that probably wasn't the best thing to say. And then, start profusely apologizing in my mind. I have to say that and communicate that to Raylene specifically. Like, look her in the eyeballs and say, you know what, I'm really sorry. That was really insensitive. That did not serve any purpose. I'm sorry for how that probably made you feel. And the fact that I probably invalidated your experience by saying that. You know what I mean? But yeah, okay, so I talked about 2, I think. Well, technically, I would say, yeah, if I had to list 3 safe spaces, I would say...
Tell me for dinner, okay?
Okay, DJ. Here in my chat, here in the stream, sharing space with Grover, as well as... I don't know, kind of just like being alone. Being alone, I mean, as alone as I can, being at home with 2 kids. But I would say outside. My go-to is always outside. And I'm so sad that, like, it's not warm outside. I just want it to be warm so I can just sit outside and just sit. Like, not even do anything. I just want to sit outside. I just want to sit outside and be in the sun. Right, yeah. And he said, yeah, I was just going to say a safe space doesn't have to have people in it. I would say that would be my number 3 is just outside, period. If I could find a way, like, if I would remember anytime I go to the beach to bring, like, rain boots, then I would like going to the beach. Why? Because I hate sand. I don't want no sand in between my toes. I don't want no sand. I don't want no sand impeding the way that I walk. Like, sand is not fun. Not at all. Being at the beach, however, and listening to the waves is very calming. In addition to the fact that the sand is warm. You know what I mean? Like, you can lay out a blanket, lay out a sheet, whatever, and just lay and exist, and wonderful. But, yeah, the sand it's a no for me. Spidey says the shower. The shower is pretty magnificent. I don't remember. It's been a couple of weeks since I've taken a really long shower. The past couple of weeks it's just been like click in and out, like do what I gotta do and get out. Really, Raylene says, well, for me, I can't be in the shower too long because then it becomes anxiety. Really? Can you share a little more about that, Raylene, if you want to? Lincoln says, I don't really have a number of safe spaces. I guess the streamers I follow and their Discord communities along with the vibe I cultivate on my channel. That's perfect, Lincoln. I mean, that's perfect. Any kind of space where you can just exist. I don't have any social groups in the area I reside. I'm pretty much a house cat. Yeah, I don't have any either, now that I think about it. Like, a husband and my cousin. Like, I don't have any in-person friends that I can go to and be around and whatever. But as I mentioned, my hugs are rated E for everyone. Like, everybody can get a hug. I will hug a stranger. Just like that. I have no problem sharing hugs. No problem at all. Spudbridge says, yeah, I don't care for sand. I wear socks when a guy I dated took me. And he was like, huh? Right. Yeah, I don't... See, I would do socks, but sand still gets through socks. So I'm like, give me some rain boots. If I can remember to just, like, keep rain boots in my car. Like the cheap ones, like the $10 ones that you get from, like, Walmart. Just keep them in my car and just have them with me all the time. So that when I go to the beach, I can wear those. Because not only will they keep the sand down, but they'll also keep my feet from catching on fire when the sand is super warm. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. But that would be wonderful. Then I'd be down. And then I would just need, like, an umbrella to keep to keep the sun out of my face. And I could just lay down and, like, read a book or some junk. Like, oh, That would be amazing. That'd be amazing. I'd be down for that. And maybe that's something that I'll do in the next couple months, because Berber loves the beach. He loves water because he's a Pisces. I mean, come on. He's a fish. I am not. I'm a freaking sea goat, okay? I'm a goat. I like dirt. I do like dirt. I can't lie. I do like dirt. Dirt is my friend. Okay. Raylene says, especially with baths, for 20 minutes it's all calm and meditating and playing with bubbles, but right after 20-ish minutes hits, I run out of things to do and go on a negative spiral of thoughts. I think about things in my past, kind of like PTSD, or sometimes even things I'm angry about. It brings an opportunity to think about the subconscious thoughts, which always feels like too much for me to deal with. That's really, really interesting. It's really, really, really interesting. So in that situation, Raylene, do you just get out and just split? Do something else to like avoid it, or get something, like choose something else to focus on? Or have you ever thought of like taking a journal in the bathroom with you for when that hits, and then getting some of it out? You know what I mean? Like letting it release. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can even stay in there and journal if it helps. Spuddy says, that's deep, I can relate. Raylene says, because I have zero distractions. Exactly. Because you're in a meditative state, essentially. Spuddy says, but I let my thoughts float and I cry while in the shower. And then Raylene says, usually I just stay in there, but recently I realized it doesn't help me at all, and then I need to get out and journal. Yeah, absolutely. Or like I mentioned, you could bring the journal in there with you. Because I know for me, like, if I'm taking a bath and it's warm in the bathroom, once I exit that, I'm just like, ugh, it feels kind of jarring sometimes to exit that and be hit with, like, the regular air in the room or the house or whatever. But yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I've definitely had things come up for me in meditation that I never even knew where they came from or why or whatever. But I'll start off just like you mentioned, in a meditative state, just enjoying myself, relaxing, you know, playing with bubbles or whatever. And then sometimes slowly but surely, like sometimes it's gradual. Other times it's just, other times it's just like something just comes up for me. You know, sometimes it's gradual where I can kind of feel myself slipping into that different thought train. And other times it just happens, like, just pops up out of nowhere. And it has to be that, you know, something or someone is delivering this message to me that I'm supposed to get. Raylene says, I also just feel physically gross in the bath for too long because it's just skin stuff. So I just have the best results when I get out. I feel that. When I get out and journal or vent some way outside of the bath, I feel that. I've definitely, intentionally, taken a shower and then gotten in the bathtub before. Because I don't want the skin stuff. I want to be able to just like sit in there and fall asleep and just exist in the bath. So I've definitely done that before. I've gotten in the shower and like not just like wash off, but like exfoliated, like get all the skin go bye. And then when I'm in the bathtub, I don't have like, you know, a bar soap or anything. I'll just put like some bubble bath, maybe some Epsom salt, and then yeah. Raylene says I've done that too. I don't know why I feel gross. It's like a mental thing that I can't work out. That's okay. Don't worry about it. It's all good. There are certain things that are just going to bother us because they bother us, and it's okay. Yeah, same, like fully squeaky clean. Yeah, even clean the tub. Exactly. Spider says, same. Once I step out that shower, I want to oil up and get out of there because it's a bathroom. Right. See, I feel y'all. But I'm wondering, like, for those of you that say that you have not, or that, not that you haven't, but if you don't have someone close to you or someone reliable who you can go to for hugs, like, what are some ways that you can essentially, like, hug yourself? I mean, you could physically hug yourself, right? Like, you could wrap your arms around yourself. My other arm is being occupied by a baby. But you could, like, physically hug yourself and, like, squeeze and perhaps even do that as a part of, you know, a meditation or, you know, part of, like, your morning ritual or something. And then, of course, there's always weighted blankets, you know, to give you that, like, cozy, squeezy pressure feeling. I don't know. Yeah, I feel that. Raylene says in yoga there are hugs where you hug yourself and that feels loving, but I have to be in a certain mood to do that. Yeah, especially because the ones that I've done in yoga, I'm, like, laying on my back and, like, wrapping my arms. Like, I'm on my back, knees pulled into my chest, arms wrapped around my shins. And I'm just like, do I want to get on the floor right now? I guess I could do it in a seated position. Yeah, I could do it in a seated position. You know what I mean? If I was, like, comfy on the bed or something. But that's definitely one solution as far as hugging yourself that way, where you can kind of get, like, your whole body involved, you know? But let's see. You've done it in a standing position? I've done it. I understand what you're saying, Eileen. Like, just wrapping your arms around your, I was gonna say your top body. Wrapping your arms around your shoulders, you know what I mean? Let me see. My boyfriend got me a giant teddies to hug so I can tell. So I got some touch that's loving feeling. Aw. I love that. Spuddy says I do it in a fetal position on the bed. That sounds about right. And how often are you doing it, Spud Boo? Oops, this is not the website I want to go to. How to fulfill your need for physical touch. That is super speed. Too much what? Too much touch, or like too much squeezing? Too much loving? I don't think so. Every night for sure. No, I don't think that's too much. Not at all.
It's too much.
Shh. Why are you yelling, sir? Yes. No.
Can I have a snack?
No.
Mommy, I need to please.
Raylene says, but I leave it in the corner of my bed, and because I have only recently recovered from arachnophobia, I'm scared to pick it up in case it spiders. So that also only happens again when I have the energy to confront that. Oh no. That's tough. That's really tough. That's a huge barrier to... Yes, DJ.
When you're done with the video, then I'll have a snack.
No, that'll make you breakfast. You don't need to start your day with a snack. You can have cereal or you can have some waffles.
I could have some chicken nuggets.
No, you can have cereal or you can have waffles.
Well, it's not lunch.
It's not lunchtime. You can have cereal or you can have waffles. Which one do you want? I can't hear you.
I said cereal.
Okay, go ahead downstairs, and once I'm done, I'll come get you some cereal.
Well, after cereal, then they won't eat chicken nuggets.
No, after you have cereal, then you're going to go to class.
No, not
Yeah.
yet.
I said after cereal.
Well, when I do class, I'll be rude.
You can be rude if you want to, but your teacher might not leave you in there if you're going to be rude. Reading says, every night is great and nothing is too much as long as you're comfortable with it. Right. Spuddy says, I had a friend that sent me a teddy and it had one of those things in there. And threw the bear. Wait, what? And I threw the bear and started stripping in front of my parents and my best friend. What? Oh, it had a spider in it. Gotcha. I was like, it had a what in there? Oh, because Spuddy is also deeply afraid of spiders. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. What kind of story is this? They laughed so hard at me. My skin was crawling for weeks, right? Because it was right in my face. Ugh. That's a lot. That's a lot. Somebody said that thing, and I was like, what? I'm sorry, who? That would be really difficult to... that thing. That'd be really difficult to get over. Are you sleepy? Little baby? Anyways, yeah, I don't think it's too much. I believe that... But I think it has to be accompanied by something. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, I feel that spud. Right, the crawling feeling is so hard to get out of your head. Exactly. It really, really is. Hello, little baby. Are you done napping? Are you done napping? Hmm? Yeah. It really is. Because it's already imagined, right? Like, you see the spider, and then your brain tells you this is what it feels like when a spider is crawling all over you. And then, little yawn. And then it just keeps replaying that sensation over and over and over and over and over again. Hey, little, oh. That was a burp, I think. Are you looking at everybody? Are you looking at the chat? Are you looking at yourself? What are you looking at? You look very judgmental, Kairu. It's like, go clean your socks. Why so much judgment? Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, the baby. Right, the side eye. Why are you giving everybody side eye? Look. What do you see? You look kind of sleepy. Like, I'm here to judge all y'all. I'm here to judge everybody. I'm here to judge the chat. So serious. I know, so sleepy. So sleepy. You see yourself? See that cute little baby? Ooh. That was a big yawn. Was that a big yawn? Yeah, it was a big yawn. It was a big yawn. Anywho, got slightly off track there when the baby woke up. But yeah, I think that cuteness overload. I believe that physical touch is absolutely a legitimate need, and I definitely believe that when we share that need with other people, or when we get that need satisfied when other people are involved, it definitely helps, especially because you have the opportunity to be heart to heart with someone and like share that connection and things like that, whether it's, you know, romantic or platonic. Like, maybe there's just someone who is a great hugger and you just connect with that person because they're a great hugger. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as that person knows, like, look, I ain't trying to get married, okay? I just like your hugs. I really love and appreciate them, and I be needing hugs. You be needing hugs. So let's just hug each other, okay? Can we just share this? As long as that's like explicitly discussed and understood, I definitely believe that that's something that we could potentially get from someone who maybe we didn't think that we could get it from. You know what I mean? I think it's important. I definitely think it's important. And I think that helps support, where are you going? Help support the safe space theory, or the safe space agenda, safe space, safeness. Because hugging someone definitely unlocks some things, you know? There's a certain part of us that feels very, I want to say vulnerable, but there's probably another word for it. Like, when you hug someone and it's a good hug, and you just start melting, and like your guard comes down, and you're able to just exist, you know? Like, you're able to just let whatever it is that you're feeling, like, let yourself feel it. You know, maybe it's something that you've been avoiding for a long time, or whatever. Raylene says, at my music school, there was a girl who was having a rough time during her residential. And on the last day, she asked me for a hug and was like, I've been wanting to hug you. It was really nice and probably the best thing that happened at music school. Oh, but I didn't know you can just ask people for hugs. Absolutely. Absolutely. I actually have to do that more often because I'll usually just go in and hug people. I think I shared with y'all that time that I hugged my friend's roommate, and he was like mortified because he don't like hugs, he don't like physical touch. I was like, ooh. So I actually have to ask for permission more often. All right, here we go. We're breeding the dragon. Oh, what are these eyeballs? What are these eyeballs? Oh my goodness. It's so happy. It's so happy. She's so animated. Oh my goodness. Is this dragging me? Is it because my eyes disappear when I laugh? Is that how y'all feel? Oh my goodness. Welcome, Shaka. How are you, baby? Good morning, Shaka Boo. But yes, my love, you can absolutely just ask people for hugs. You can absolutely. And be explicit. Not explicit. That sounds bad. But like, be descriptive. Hey, may I hug you? I could really use a good long hug. May I hug you, please? I mean, the worst they could say is no. You know what I mean? But you gotta go on like full force, like arms up, chest out, eyes closed. You gotta go into it. You gotta go into it for sure. Okay, Roo. But yes, I want y'all to ask more people for hugs. You know what? Yeah, ask more people for hugs. Ask for hugs, y'all. You can totally do that. That's a thing. That's a thing that exists in the world. You know, you just gotta communicate. Just gotta communicate. I ask my dogs for hugs and they give the best ones. Oh, hey, little baby. Wait. Lane says, okay, but I've literally asked people for hugs before, and they've been like, gave me the stank face, like my dad, and I'm like, not the attitude, just say no. That makes me scared. Dog hugs are great. But who else could you be asking for a hug, Raylene? Who else? I know you know who I'm talking about. This person also lives with you and has a tendency to, invade personal space. So maybe you can start there. You know, just a thought. You know, we can talk about it later, but you know, just a thought. Just a thought. But dogs do give really good hugs. Dogs give really, really good hugs. And the best thing about hugs from doggos, especially if you have like a bigger dog, is like they do this thing where they like nuzzle into you and then like fall. And then you're just like, oh, I love you too. And then, you know, you're like rubbing the belly and all that stuff. Rubbing the belly. Bear definitely loves hugs. DuPont does too. My dogs love, I think all dogs love hugs. They love that. I mean, not like around their neck. Bless you, which I have to teach DJ not to do. Please don't hug your dogs around their neck. Like, that's not, don't do it. Hug their body. Hug their body, like rest your head on their back or whatever. But yeah, dogs definitely love hugs. Hugging a doggo, like I said, especially if you have like a medium or larger dog, is like the best. Because then you get like that, I don't know, almost like a person kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, because they're big enough to kind of put their weight on you and stuff like that. But yeah, hugging doggos is the truth. Hugging doggos is the truth. Renee says, oh yeah, I was going to ask, what made going outside a safe space? Was it you being in your own thoughts in a place that you like? Yes. In my own thoughts and just in the sunlight. I love being in the sunlight. Right, Kairu? I love the way the sun feels on my face and my skin. Ooh, that's a good yawn. Only thing I have to invest in now is sunglasses. Because I don't know if y'all know, but my eyes are trash. My vision is a dump truck, like dumpster status. My glasses are such a high prescription, and so finding glasses or getting glasses for me is really, it's a process. So like there's this website that y'all probably seen it. I don't know if you've seen it in the UK, Raylene, but you probably have. There's these frames, and essentially you can like click the top frames on top of them. I think they're magnetic. But essentially you buy the frames, you buy the glasses, blah, blah, blah. And you can get all these super cool frames or like covers. So it makes it seem like you have a bunch of different types of glasses. Well, they have one that goes on top that's sunglasses. And I was like, oh my goodness, that'd be amazing. Because previously all we had was transition lenses, which are the lenses themselves transition to a darker opacity, I guess. Yeah. Well, but they're like every kind of clip. Sunglasses, so the sunglasses one actually has, of course, like another lens. The other ones are just like the frame. You just snap the frame on and it's like you have a different glasses frame. But, I lost my train of thought. But, oh yes, transitions. Typically you go out in the sun or you go out in the light or whatever and it just gets darker to shield you from the sun, yada, yada, yada. But when you come back inside, they don't transition back to clear as quickly as they transition to dark. So oftentimes you're in the house or you're in the building, and it's still dark and you can't see because your lenses are still transitioning. Yeah. And so that's kind of like a struggle. So I definitely want to get those kinds of frames, but first I have to find out if what are you doing? I have to find out if those frames can even support my lenses because my prescription is so high. Oh, are you talking? Yeah. He want to look at you. I know, right? He was holding my face like, let me get a good look at you, girl. Let me talk to you real quick, woman. Ooh. Now he's contemplating trying to eat his pacifier clip. But yeah. So let's just say, I love being outside, but I need some sunglasses. That's pretty much it. I just need some sunglasses. I gotta figure out a way to get some sunglasses. My eyes have been a struggle forever. I started wearing contact lenses when I was in like 6th grade. Started wearing glasses when I was in 3rd grade. And so I'm also very, very, very like, I'm very protective over my eyes. Because my vision is so bad, I have this fear that I'm going to be driving one day and like have all my children in the car and some way, somehow my glasses are just going to fall off my face and they're just going to be on the floor or something. I'm not going to be able to find them. I'm not going to be able to see. I won't be able to pull over because I literally cannot see. Like, I'd be doomed. I would legitimately be doomed if that were to happen in real life. But yeah, like if I get something in my eye, especially when my contacts are in, like I kind of panic a little bit. when my glasses broke, that caused some slight panic, even though I have some backup contact lenses, gratefully. But going from contact lenses to glasses is strange, because when you wear glasses, you don't recognize or you don't realize that your eyes are like being shielded from a lot of air and oxygen and stuff. And so when you put your contact lenses on, it's just like so much air that your eyeballs are encountering because there's nothing in front of them. So it's just really interesting. Anywho, that's what makes being outside. Like, ideally, I would like to not just like go to a park, but be out in like a foresty type area, which isn't that far from us, which is great. Raylene says, I feel that in a way. I'm short-sighted, and going outside without glasses feels so vulnerable, right? So vulnerable. Oh my goodness. If I'm in the house, I'm totally fine. Like, totally fine. Going up and down the stairs might be a little sketchy because my depth perception is off. But once I go outside of the house, doomed. I mean, I could probably even like get around Walmart, okay? Because I've gone to Walmart so often. But driving, it ain't going down. It's not going down. Yeah, in the house, I'm totally fine. Totally fine. Anywho, this has been a wonderful conversation, my loves. I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that all of you have a safe space to exist. And if you don't have a safe space to exist, right, same. I mean, like, I can't see the chat at all. Like, I can see, I think that's what Spuddy said. I can see the purple and like it looks like a little blotch though. Don't you take my glasses, sir, we will fight. And I can see the little blotchy like teal color from the Stream Elements automatic thing in the chat. I can see something up top. I can see my little microphone thing, like for my voice moving back and forth. I can see the little red button on the bottom that says end stream. I can see the purple thing over there. That's the chat. For myself, I can see myself, but I just look like a blur of color. Like I can't see anything. If I were to show y'all how close I have to put my phone to my face. Oh, y'all have seen it. That day that I was playing Roller Coaster Tycoon for a little while, I got my glasses on, and I was looking at my phone to look at the chat because y'all decided to be bullies that day. I remember. I remember that day. Now you gotta get 50,000 points in order to get me to take my glasses off. Sir, are you looking for your feet? Is that what you want? Ooh, get that foot, Kairu. You eat that foot. Yeah, y'all, it was like 3 of y'all chose violence that day, and I was like, okay, clearly, this is not enough points. But anywho, ooh, get it, Kairu. Ooh, eat that foot. Yes. He's like, why is she talking like that? I'm almost halfway there. That means I gotta stop streaming so often, really. Look at this baby. He is contemplating the inner workings of life. Yes. Eat that little foot. Eat it. Eat it. Oh, that was kind of cool, huh? Yeah. All right, my loves. It has been wonderful. It has been real. It has been great. Ooh. He is upset at this foot and also wants it at the same time. I love you all so much. If you don't have a safe space to exist, I got you. Slide in my DMs. Whisper to me. Whatever you need to do, slide in my comments. I will always hold space for anyone, wherever you are. Okay? Yes, I love you. Spudwitch, I love you. Raylene, I love you. Lincoln, I love you. Shaka, I love you. I hope you'll have a beautiful day. I might be streaming later today. We'll see. I have a client today, so we'll see. What's on your finger? Let me see. Don't eat my hand. No. Okay, anywho. Purchase that merchant and subscribe. Exactly. Raylene is always so good at reminding me. Okay. If you're catching this live stream here on Twitch, there's the link to my Etsy shop. This stream is sponsored by me in my Etsy shop. Purchase some stuff. If you want to support me in ways that require money, purchase some stuff from my Etsy shop. If you'd like to support me in free ways, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's free. Subscribe, and if you want to watch any of these conversations, watch the replays there, because I could use the watched time and hours. Thank you, Spuddy. Thank you, Raylene. It is my pleasure. Let me go get this dude situated with some breakfast. And then, yeah, I love you all. Have a beautiful day. And remember, if you need anything, you need a safe space to exist, I got you. Tell your friends. If you got a friend that's venting to you all the time and you can't handle it, send them my way. I got you. Peace for now, lovies.